Okay, hopefully this stuff is working this time. I don't know why, but YouTube live streaming seems to make it like extraordinarily painful just to get one of these things working up and running correctly. Like sometimes it says that I'm streaming, and sometimes it says that like it's waiting for me to join. I don't know. Hopefully I got this stuff all worked out. I know I'm not an expert at live streaming. Hopefully we've got it all worked out. So I've noticed that a lot of YouTubers out there are doing a lot more live streams. I think it's mostly an effort to try to help some folks out who might not be dealing with the whole like social distancing stuff going on too much. So, like usual, this is just kind of a bit of a time to chill, to talk with you guys, see what's going on, check in. Of course, I've got these awesome iced lemon cupcakes. I noticed that there were a bunch of... got a lot of glare there. Something. There we go, something like that. Anyway, I saw that there were a lot of Hostess limited edition cupcakes at the store, so I thought it'd be cool to pick some up and try them out. Now, as usual, if folks can tell me in the chat, just let me know if the audio is working, if it's not working, if there's something strange going on with the stream. That would be great to know. Because like I said, I'm not exactly an expert at this, so it's yeah, we're all trying to figure this stuff out. Well, I'm trying to figure it out as I go along. Cool, thanks. Thank you, Eric, for letting me know that everything sounds good. I'm glad that people are actually in the stream. I tried to set up that one a couple of minutes ago, and it just it just wouldn't start streaming for some reason. Just said that it was waiting for me, even though I should have been all hooked up. So yeah, this is, anytime I see limited edition stuff on the shelves, I always like to do a quick food review. I figured it'd be cool to do one of these live. And as usual, it's just like a good chance for anybody who happens to pop in to talk with me and get an update on how everyone's going. If you guys wanted to get an update on what's going on with my life, that'd be awesome too. I hope everybody out there is staying safe, staying healthy. I know the whole like social distancing thing that's been really been impressed upon, at least in America, for anybody who's watching this over the seas. I know that can be really tough for a lot of people for like maintaining this what they call social distancing for an extended period of time. And I know it's called social distancing, but hopefully people are understanding that it's more like a physical distancing thing, and that you shouldn't be like distancing yourself socially from the people that you love. You should still be talking with friends and family and everything like that. So hopefully seeing all these YouTube live streams up is kind of like a little bit of a salve to help people through this time. It's a bit of a hard time. I think that's enough rambling for me. I'm gonna crack these things open. I'm pretty excited because I've never had these lemon cupcakes. I don't think so. I saw a couple of the limited edition cupcakes that have been around before, but I love lemon cupcakes. I wanted to try those out. Ah, Corinne, hello from France. Good to see you. So this probably isn't going to be a super long live stream, but I thought it'd be cool to do one of these food reviews live. So first of all, I love reading the ingredients on these things. Let's see. Got a little bit of a glare from the light. Yeah, you can see the ingredients list here is just gigantic. It's ridiculous. But it's always kind of fun to see what's in these. So we've got the lemon cupcakes. Let me open one of these up so folks can get a better look at what these things look like. Of course, got the iconic Hostess swirl on the icing on top with a decent lemon smell to it. A huge amount of that whipped cream frosting. A little bit of a hint of lemon. Like there's almost no sourness to it all. It is nice that it does taste like actual lemons. I really like that. I know that icing on top of these cupcakes has always been one of my favorite things about the Hostess cupcakes. So let me see how quickly I can get through this ridiculous ingredients list. So we've got sugar, water, enriched flour, which is bleached wheat flour, malt barley flour, niacin, ferrous sulfate or reduced iron, thiamine mononitrate, riboflavin, and folic acid. It's got tallow, which is strange. I wouldn't have expected tallow to be in something like this, you know, this super processed kind of food. What else do we have? High fructose corn syrup, palm oil, corn syrup. So we've got corn syrup and high fructose corn syrup. Two totally different things, so I'm told. 2% or less of modified cornstarch, egg, soybean oil, cornstarch, mono and diglycerides, whey, egg white, non-fat dry milk, hydrogenated tallow, so 2 kinds of tallow as well, salt, natural lemon oil. Ooh, cool. So they actually have like lemon oil in this, not just like natural and artificial flavoring. So that must be why it's got a good lemon flavor. And it is just like a hint of lemon too, so it is pretty far down the list. It really tastes like, I don't know how I'd say it. It's like a cupcake with just a hint of lemon in it, not so much a lemon cupcake. Anyway, moving on. We've got lemon oil, inulin, defatted soy flour, calcium carbonate, sodium and pyrophosphate, baking soda, natural and artificial flavors, calcium sulfate, sorbic acid, and potassium sorbate to retain freshness, dextrose, polysorbate 60, glycerin, agar, cellulose gum, medium chain triglycerides, enzymes, titanium dioxide, coloring, monocalcium phosphate, guar gum, yellowlake 5, soy lecithin, locust bean gum, fumaric acid, calcium caseinate, soy protein isolate, sodium caseinate, disodium phosphate, sunflower lecithin, and finally, yellow 6 lake. So, that's a bit of a mouthful. And of course, it contains wheat, egg, milk, and soy. So, plenty of the allergens out there. Now, luckily, I'm gluten tolerant, so I can eat all of the wheat that I want. So I think these are like limited edition just for the spring. Maybe something like that. I think a lemon cupcake is kind of like a springy flavor. It is very good. I am enjoying these. I definitely enjoy them more than the like normal Hostess cupcakes. So I'm going to give these guys like, I don't know, 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. They're really good. We've got 80 and Cantrell in the chat. Can you say happy birthday to my brother Andrew? Of course, happy birthday, Andrew. It's awesome that your birthday is it the day before April Fool's Day? No, 2 days before. Well, happy birthday, Andrew. If you happen to be Andrew Cantrell. Hope you're having an awesome day. I hope that you're not having a big party with a ton of people all around, but you're still enjoying your birthday. Hopefully you get to spend your birthday with your family and a couple of close friends. Got to be kind of a drag to have a birthday around this time. Like, I know I was never big on having a big birthday party with a ton of people, but, oof, not a good time to have a birthday. Sorry, man. Maybe you can make up for it and have like a half birthday 6 months from now, and then you can invite all your friends around to have a birthday cake, something like that. Well, if anybody else out there has tried these iced lemon cupcakes, you gotta tell me if like I'm crazy or if these are just fantastic. Like, these are so good. And I think that nice bolus of that whipped cream frosting that Hostess always has in the middle of their cupcakes, it really does complement it quite well. Eric, you say that I really enjoy cupcakes when they're fresh, but I love them frozen. The texture becomes chewy. Since my wife and kid don't eat them like that, I keep a box in the freezer for myself. Interesting. I wouldn't have even considered something like that. So yeah, you like freeze them so maybe it's got a little bit more texture to it. They're not quite the cakey texture that you'd have. I could see that. Meat might be a little bit more dense and toothsome. Listen to this ASMR. Is that what it is? Unfortunately, I don't think that cupcakes are good for ASMR. You can... Is that how ASMR works? Don't get a whole lot of sound with a squishy cupcake like this. AJAT800? That's an interesting name, man. I personally prefer strawberry everything. Well, I do actually have a box of strawberry Hostess cupcakes. Yeah, I went and picked up. They had 5 different limited edition flavors, so I'm thinking I'm going to do like one a day for a while, or one every couple of days or something like that. Stretch it out, not do them all at once like I usually do. And one of them is the strawberry Hostess cupcakes. So maybe I'll get to it later this week. I'll have to look forward to that one. Aiden, you said, quick question. Have you ever ran a marathon? I ran the LA marathon a few weeks ago, and it was rough. In fact, I've run like 20 or 30 marathons. So I'm wearing one of my marathon shirts right now. BMW marathon. I've been running marathons for about 10 years. Nowadays, I don't really race them too much. Like this one, when I did the Pacific Northwest Marathon, I was one of the guys who runs with a flag. It says like, I'm running this pace. Keep up with me if you want to, have some certain finish time. That's called the pace team, typically. And actually, it's the same for this jacket. Completely different race. This is the Hot Chocolate 5 and 15K. Another super popular race. Every time it comes to Seattle, I try to volunteer as a pacer, mostly because they've got really cool hoodies that they usually have in their race swag. But yeah, the last marathon that I ran was in Baton Rouge, actually, just a couple of weeks ago. I was kind of surprised to hear that the LA Marathon was still going on, even though it was like well after the whole... basically all of California shut down for COVID-19. So I hope that it worked out for you. I hope that you had a good race. Ooh. Sorry, I had to close something down that was making a lot of noise in my ears. All right, I hope you had a good race. I hope that everybody got to the finish line nice and safe and healthy. I know that there's a lot of risk for getting a lot of people together like that, but hopefully it doesn't explode in the next couple of days with a bunch of people with COVID-19. But yeah, if that was your first marathon, like, I totally understand. Running a marathon is hard, man. It takes a lot out of you. And a lot of people don't realize that, if you run a half marathon, like that's a tough thing to do in itself, but to run a whole marathon is like 10 times as difficult as a half marathon. I don't know, something happens around that 20-mile mark where things just get so difficult. Hi from the UK. Everyone is safe, or everyone stay safe. Well, thank you for piping up with that. I hope everybody does stay safe out there. And I hope that even in this time, people are taking the chance to kind of chill out and enjoy themselves a little bit, like I'm doing right now with this box of Hostess cupcakes. So AJA, you asked if you say that you notice I don't seem to do many challenges with potato or corn chips. I'm wondering if there's a reason for that. Well, mainly I do sweet stuff. I mean, that's basically all it is. Like, I like corn chips. I think they're great. But no, most of the challenges that I do are, sugary, sweet stuff, because that's the kind of stuff that I like. And one good thing about running marathons is that you can burn off the sugar a little bit easier than most people can. So, I can eat a ton of sugar every now and then. And hopefully I don't get diabetes because of the whole long distance running thing. But if there was a reason, I think if I was going to do like a capacity challenge with just corn chips, I think that it would probably tear up my mouth pretty well. Like, I could imagine that would get pretty painful pretty quickly. I don't know, that might be something to try. I know a couple of people have done like giant nacho platter challenges. I don't know, that might be something cool to check out. What do you guys think? Giant platter of nachos challenge. Yay or nay? You think it'd be cool? Let me know. Well, I was a little bummed to see that the Nathan's qualifying contest, I think it was in Las Vegas. It's happening next weekend. Got canceled, so I'm a little concerned about what they're going to do about July 4th. I mean, hopefully things are opened up by then and they actually have a Coney Island contest. I think it would be a real drag if they had to cancel the 4th of July contest. Hopefully that's not going to happen. And hopefully they'll be able to get enough interest from folks. I don't know what they're going to do for qualifiers. Maybe they'll take like the top 2 men and women from each qualifying contest once we're able to start doing contests again. Now, I was lucky enough to qualify last July, so if there is a Coney Island contest, I'm still looking forward to going there and eating with, eating with some of the big names. Joey Chestnut has already completely smashed me in 2 contests so far, so it'll be a pleasure to go eat hot dogs next to him and see him eat twice as many hot dogs as I possibly can. Him and Darren's beaten me in a couple of contests, Darren Breeden. So I think it'd be cool to go and see like how I stack up against Darren with the hot dogs. I don't know, hopefully all this stuff comes together. I was going to be at the Major League Eating Contest in, was it Owensboro, Kentucky, I think? Let me know if that's an actual city somewhere. There was going to be barbecue sandwiches. No, that got shut down. The entire festival got shut down, so I was pretty sad to see that. So I had to cancel that trip. So if nothing else, it does give me a little bit of a chance, a little bit more breathing room to like practice specifically with the hot dogs and do a couple more, just like the challenge videos that I like to put up. Lemon iced cupcakes. They are so good. It's the last one, guys. I've already eaten 7 cupcakes. All right, more and more food. You say, I hope you get the chance to showcase your talents. You've been doing incredibly well. Well, thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, it's been really exciting to get, on the Major League Eating circuit and meet some of the other big eaters out there. Completely got smashed at that shrimp cocktail eating contest last December. Oh my goodness, I had no idea what I was doing in that one. Some of the other upcoming contests, I think there's the Baton Rouge oyster eating contest later this year that there's no chance I'm going to ever do. I know Darren usually does that one, and that man is like a magician when it comes to eating oysters. Like, he's pretty incredible. There's no way that I could eat nearly as fast as him with oysters. That's a heck of a long trip for me. But unfortunately, there aren't too many Major League Eating events over on the West Coast. So I'm going to try my best to get out to at least a couple more this year. I don't know how many I'm going to be able to do, though. Oh, pardon me. You say that the chili eaten was impressive. The chili, I've never done a chili eating contest. Have I done a chili challenge? I don't think I have any chili challenges on my channel. When I was in Baton Rouge just a couple of weeks ago, there was a red beans and rice eating challenge. So maybe that's what you're thinking of. That was a very interesting challenge because like red beans and rice, there's no strategy to it at all. Like it's the kind of food that just you eat so easily. Like it just goes down so quickly. Like it was really just a physics contest of who had the largest stomach capacity. Let's see, I ate about 15 pounds of red beans and rice. And I remember immediately after that contest, because we'd been standing up on that stage for, like an hour or something before the contest actually started. The venue kind of wanted to, like, get the MC on camera and kept on having to, like, start it and stop it again to make sure the recording was all right. So I know that there was some comments about how long it took. It wasn't the MLE guys at all. It was the venue wanted to make sure that the taping was all correct, so it took a little bit longer than expected. So immediately after the contest ended, like, I got the MC's attention. I was like, hey man, I really have to go to the bathroom. Is it all right if I sneak out and go? And he kind of looked at his list. He was like, well, they didn't make top 3, so yeah, you're good. Take your time. I was like, oh my god, 15 pounds of red beans and rice, and I wasn't even top 3. But yeah, that was, we had Darren Breeden, Jeff Esper, and Joey Chestnut there, so I guess it's not a big surprise that I didn't break top 3 with those guys. If I remember right, Joey ate, oh my goodness, something like 40 bowls of that red beans and rice. Like it was pretty incredible. But yeah, it was interesting. I'll say it was a very painful contest. Like by the end of it, I don't think I could have eaten another teaspoon of red beans and rice. Oh. That light looks a little blown out. There we go. That's a little bit better. See a little bit of the color on these guys? You say, yeah, they're all incredible eaters. I should be very proud of that 4th place finish. Oh, heck yeah. I was super proud of that 4th place finish. And we had Adrian Morgan there, George Chigger, Gideon Oji was there. Gideon Oji completely smashed me last December at that shrimp cocktail eating contest, so I was pretty happy to get some revenge, and yeah, I actually beat him at that red beans and rice contest. Man, Gideon Oji is an absolute giant of a man. Holy mackerel, that guy, he's almost like 7 feet tall or something. Like it was pretty surprising to see him for the first time last December, and just see that he's like head and shoulders above everybody else physically. Yeah, Gideon's cool. He's got a lot of personality. He's got a lot of energy that he brings to the table, and he does a really great job. And yeah, the guy's got a huge stomach, that's for sure. But yeah, I gotta say, it's a ton of fun to be able to do the circuit and hang out with some guys. And actually, the day after that contest is when I ran that marathon down there in Baton Rouge. And that was one of the more rough marathons I've ever run. Oh, man. After eating all those red beans and rice, and then the Baton Rouge humidity just made it extraordinarily difficult to run that marathon. But it was a lot of fun. All right, like I said, I'm hoping to do these live streams a little bit more frequently. Hopefully I'll be able to hang out with you guys a couple of times this week. Try a couple of different... I gotta remember which way my camera's pointed. That light's still a little bit blown out. I'll have to remember to get some backlighting or something. Maybe I'll just move my ring light a little bit further away from me. Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's awesome to hang out with you guys. thanks for tuning into the live stream. If anybody's watching this afterwards, just hopefully I'll be able to catch it one of the other live streams. And I did play a little bit of Animal Crossing on a live stream last week. That game is so chill. Like, I just feel like I can't not play some of it as a live stream. So hopefully I'll be able to get that hooked up and do a couple more live streams with that too, in case anybody's interested. I know it's not quite as popular as like the food challenges or the eating live streams, but you know, it's a chill game. It hopefully it helps people relax if they're feeling a little bit high strung or something, or if they're feeling a little bit anxious during this time. Ah, my goodness. All right, guys. Well, I hope everybody is being healthy, being happy out there. And until next time, peace out. You guys take it easy.